So we work on all of these things. We get the piece approved by everyone.
Exactly.
Huh?
And about 4 hours after our deadline, Barry Weiss sends an email to my boss, Tanya Simon.
Okay, Barry.
Toilets.
2 of the things in the email include, can we make the protesters look more violent? Now, I'm paraphrasing. I don't have the quote, but that's what was communicated to me.
Right.
And the other thing was Renee Good's car. You need to describe her as driving toward the officer.
Okay.
This is not what you see on the video.
Okay.
On the video.
Okay, this kind of got a lot of views, man. Usually nobody watches the goddamn New York Times because it's boring, dude. Some people do watch this, but a lot of New York Times videos have like 0 views. So this is the New York Times, or as I call it, the New York
Make pee-pee.
1.2 million views in like a day. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And this is this guy, this 60 Minutes guy who got fired. You know, whatever, not trying to give this guy a hard time, but he's hard. Like, these older legacy news people are very hard to take seriously anymore. Well, I was, they can't stop doing news voice. Well, I was, approaching the, It's like, okay, you don't have to talk like that all the time, man. But it's not surprising, but it's still kind of shocking to hear that he's like, oh, this little creep. From what I remember of that part I just played, I might be misremembering it. He's like that little puke. That little puddle of turd, that little puddle of diarrhea, Barry Weiss, I believe he said that. I should scroll back, but I don't have time. That little useless barf puddle, Barry Weiss, I believe he said, did he say that? I can't remember. You know, she sent some email that was like, hey, tell these stories the way like Dave Rubin would tell them, basically. You know, just lying and being stupid. You know, anybody who's following this is not shocking, but I would imagine to some of the, less, whatever, politically connected people just watching the New York Times YouTube, they're like, what the hell? Basically the only people who are going to watch this kind of crap on CBS now are just morons, But I was just looking around and I found that a website, I often frequent websites, not showing off, but they wrote a thing about this, because that is crazy views. People are interested in this. They're like, oh, they fired this guy's ass because he's not lying as lying. He's not lying as extreme as these nut jobs want him to. Okay, so this is kind of an interesting article. Let's just go through this. Barry
Toilets.
Also known as Barry.
Pendejo.
Also known as, commonly referred to as.
You think Margot Robbie takes $1?
Okay, so Barry.
Toilets.
Asked 60 Minutes to lie. Scott Pelley, that's that guy, that's this guy. Welcome to the news. I'm doing news voice.
I'm a guy. I'm a very serious guy.
Scott Pelley had already done plenty on his own. Ooh!
Oh!
Scott Pelley just gave an interview to the NY Times that reveals 2 damning things at once. Barry Toilets, Barry Diarrhea, tried to get him to falsely describe a shooting victim as driving toward the officer, and Pelley had already bent over backwards to make protesters look as bad as possible before she even asked. The second part is the part most people are glossing over. To understand why none of this is surprising, you need to understand what Weiss has actually been doing at CBS. Indeed, we've covered a bit of the Weissification of CBS News over the past few months, also known as the Barry-ification of the... Remember, Weiss had no real reporting experience, she was just some moron, and 0 broadcasting experience. Again, she was little more than a confirmed moron. She was picked because, as my colleague Carl, keeps reminding people, she's mastered the ability to comfort the powerful by telling them exactly what they want to hear.